Hey guys, HDvee here, and welcome to a brand new video. Today we have more Pokemon Scarlet and Violet rumors, riddles, leak breakdowns to take a look at. So if you're excited for the video, make sure to drop a like down below, leave a comment with your thoughts on anything we cover in today's video, subscribe if you're brand new for daily Pokemon content, ring the notification bell. With all of that out of the way though, let's get into the video, and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, Riddler-Q is back. He did say that he wasn't going to be posting anymore, but that didn't last very long. And he's back with more riddles and stuff about Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. I'm guessing because the other leaker, Kaka, said that he was going now. So Riddler-Q's kind of come back into the scene. No idea why, but either way, he posted this, which is CUSO4, which is, I'm guessing, about the gimmick for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. It's all about, like, crystallization and stuff like that. But here we have a breakdown of this by Soul Silver Up, saying, we know this is probably copper sulfate or bluestone. I instantly think of this being the gemstone that allows us to use the Scarlet and Violet gimmick, but Kaka also mentioned a new Saltmon. Maybe this is describing it. So, when the gimmick activates, apparently, in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, it's all to do with this ball that Nemona gives you. So I don't think that she's going to give you, like, a gemstone or anything. Kaka described it as a ball. So I think this might be more about the new Salt Pokemon, which we're obviously going to see in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. It's a two-stage evolution. And again, I have no idea what it's really going to be based on. If it is going to be based on, like, a salt shaker, or if it's going to be based on, like, crystallized salt or something like that. But either way, this, I think, is what Riddler-Q is referring to here. So it says, maybe this is describing it, a blue salt crystal, but this theory I like best is in this quote retweet. So this is the theory here by Amashinu, who basically posted the blue kind of like gemstone thing and said, chemical compounds aren't just for practical purposes. Copper sulfate also plays a role in science experiments, including the development of beautiful blue crystals. Performed using a saturated copper sulfate, water, and a jar, the evaporation process can create an exciting science project children will love. Simply pour copper sulfate into your jar, mix with water, and watch and wait. In hours, crystals will start to form, growing upwards. Once a desirable shape and size have been reached, gently remove the crystals from the jar and lay them to dry on paper towels. So, nice little science lesson in today's video, but yeah, it could be something related to that. So obviously this is what Riddler-Q posted. This is kind of just a quick breakdown of what, like, copper sulfate is. And then this is obviously the gem crystal kind of thing seen in the Japanese logo, which again we think is related to the gimmick. But copper sulfate is a salt, so Cu2 plus SO4. This is about the salt Pokemon line that the other leaker revealed in words. What is the filtration? The salt solution can be filtrated after being mixed with water to get crystal residue. So yeah, I don't think this is about the gimmick, because that is, as we know, about like a ball that Nemona gives you. I think this is definitely talking about the new salt Pokemon that we know is going to be in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I think maybe Q is telling us how the gimmick somewhat works, maybe just aesthetically, or maybe also in the plot, or even just practically. We are basically talking about a school science project mixing two chemicals to make blue crystals. This could be just aesthetically, as we know our Pokemon becomes somewhat crystallized when we use the gimmick, or maybe it's related to the plot. It's part of the people and culture of Paldea to make, of course that's the region name, if you didn't know that, to make these crystals and use the gimmick and teach students how to make / use it. Maybe that's the backstory of the whole plot. Could also be practically because, like, mixing two chemicals together to get the crystals, maybe we have to mix types together to get a new type, or in short, mix two things to use this type gimmick. The last one is more of a stretch, but possible. This whole third theory doesn't count out to the first two I mentioned in the first tweet, though. Could very well be one of those instead. Hope you enjoyed. So, yeah, I don't think this one is related to the gimmick at all. I think this is just related to the new Salt Pokemon. Again, the gimmick is all about... I know the gimmick is all about, like, crystallization and stuff like that. But I think this whole salt situation is to do with, like, the new salt Pokemon that Kaka did, of course, leak. Like, I don't even know when it was, like a few days ago, maybe a week ago, I don't remember. But either way, I think that one is about that from Riddler-Q. The next one is another riddle from Riddler-Q, and this is what he posted, saying, what would a Sculptor do? And then that was that. And then we have, like, Soul Silver quote retweeting this. So this was something where he said, we never ever post anything. Some people want to analyze our random information, and they're lucky enough to happen to analyze reasonable stuff out of our random posts. With Chinese saying this phrase, but the fact shows that this doesn't work longer, so just let juicy info on our own. And then this was, I think, the Quagsire. This might be what, like, the Wooper regional form evolution is based on. And then says, we actually don't care about this one-time shot game, so let it go. Continuation of being informed is the only thing we care about, and we take actions based on this principle. We have Gen 10, 11, etc., right? So this is where I was talking about like 23 projects were started for a while. Info is everywhere, and our team all agree that this way doesn't work anymore. Being informed seems slowly at first, and we found a way to tease. He's basically talking about like, this was when they were talking about like leaving and stuff like that. But anyway, they're back, basically. And he says, I can quote retweet again, just like the good old days. I love how some say Ku's back, but he never left. I don't think this tweet is hint to do what Ku said below. Of course, misdirects exist. If by chance it is a hint, come on guys, a Sculptor would make dragons or code names to 23. Gaudi comes to mind, or it could just be a metaphor for how Ku's planning on rebuilding going forward. Time will tell. I also should mention, if Ku is just continuing on as normal, this is still character month, so it's very possible that it could just be a gym leader's second occupation. We know that they will have other jobs, so maybe someone is also a sculptor. Any guesses? I think if this is a riddle, then I think, yeah, it is just based on like one of the gym leaders, because we do know that the gym leaders do have other jobs. One of them is a streamer. It's probably going to be an electric type gym leader. We know that one of them is like a snowboarder or an athlete, so that's probably going to be the ice gym leader. We know that the ghost gym leader is like a rapper or musician, and so we have a potential sculptor here, which could be another one of the typings. Not sure what typing would really go with that. I don't think we have like a rock gym leader. I can't remember off the top of my head, but yeah, it could just be one of the, you know, the secondary jobs that gym leaders have, because they all have second jobs. The last thing that I want to go over is this. So this is all about like Paradox Pokemon, which is of course the new name given to the new Pokemon kind of forms that we're going to see in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. And this was a while ago. This was what Riddler Ku replied to Soul Silverart tweet as like a few weeks ago. But that was back when we didn't really know about paradox forms and stuff like that. But of course, now we have all that information. We can kind of make a little bit more sense about the legendaries. But anyway, potential spoilers. First real theory after these leaks. Ku replied to a post of mine saying that Koraidon/Miraidon aren't the same Pokemon, but they're more like Solgaleo/Lunala, but not that they evolved from the same pre-evolution. So obviously cancelled out the fact that these were going to get pre-evolution. Well, it must be that Koraidon and Miraidon are paradox Pokemon. So yeah, this was kind of replies and stuff here. So do you think Solgaleo and Lunala are the same beings? Don't read too much about this because not the same, but it will help your inference. They are bounded. So we were all thinking like, what are they bounded about? Could be time, stuff like that. Kind of like branch paths of a Pokemon like Cosmog/Cosmo into Lunala and Solgaleo. Then obviously he said nope, which of course cancelled the whole pre-evolution situation. But this is the information on why Koraidon and Miraidon could be paradox Pokemon. Now of course paradox Pokemon are from different points in time. They cannot evolve. They are they have like the same types as their normal form, but yeah, as well as that, they just kind of look different, and of course they have their own Pokedex spot as well. But anyway, just like how Solgaleo and Lunala are Ultra Beasts, which seems to be the equivalent of Paradox Mons in Generation 7. So yeah, we're not 100% sure like if these Paradox Pokemon are going to have like higher stats and stuff than their counterpart, but either way, we know that they are going to be like the same types. Most of them anyway. So if you wanted a good idea about what a past or future Pokemon will look like, well, Koraidon and Miraidon are your best examples. If this is true, this leads us to another conclusion. What Ku said was obviously also a riddle, a play on this new paradox Pokemon concept. They technically are the same Pokemon, just ancestor and descendant of the same Pokemon. We also know now know that that a mon like Volcarona has both past and future versions. So yeah, it is capable for a Pokemon to get both paradox forms of a future and a past form, like Volcarona is getting in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. This is almost definitely the same case for Koraidon and Miraidon. They may not evolve from the same pre-evolution like Nebby, but like our present-day Volcarona, they must both come from the same present version of their species. In short, I believe there will be a present Iguana version. It's not a third legendary. We know there's not going to be a third legendary in these games, but it's a very similar idea. Classic Game Freak in my opinion. So this is obviously what Eclipse said. Now, of course, take Eclipse's information with a massive grain of salt. He's been correct about things, he's been wrong about things. But he says, regional fakes are cool, yeah, but I'm more excited about past/future forms and you should too. Way better. Think about Koraidon and Miraidon as the past and future form of a certain Pokemon that we don't know, so you can tell how many differences can be observed in their designs. So of course we thought it was going to be a third legendary, that these two were kind of branched off, and we had our present third legendary, and the past version of it was Koraidon, and then the future version of it was Miraidon. But that's not the case anymore. We're not getting a third legendary, apparently, according to the leaker. So I don't like, if we do get this like Iguana, there's like a present kind of version of it. surely it would be a legendary, unless it's just like a small Pokemon that, you know, evolved from Koraidon, like through actual, not like Pokemon evolution, but just normal evolution of animals, and then again became more of a futuristic version later on. I don't know, I just feel like if there was a present version, even if it was an UI, it'd have to be a legendary. But either way, it's not a third legendary, but it's a very similar idea. Classic Game Freak in my opinion. It may even just be a regular old Pokemon like a Jigglypuff that becomes legendary, just like we know that these new Paradox ones are basically now legendaries based off of regular present day Pokemon. I don't know if they're necessarily legendaries, because I don't know, I feel like it's a very vague phrase, like legendary Pokemon. I don't think it is what these Paradox forms are. I think they're just potentially stronger Pokemon than what their counterparts are, basically. And then also, a few people have suggested to me that motorcycle or bike Pokemon could actually be the present-day Koraidon / Miraidon. So yeah, there is a bike Pokemon in these games that apparently you can't ride, but again, that could be the present day of Koraidon and Miraidon. I think this is totally possible, though Koraidon and Miraidon will be much more than bikes, and I think their present version will look at them as well. We'll see. I don't know, I'm not super convinced that we are going to see a present version of them now. I don't know, I feel like because there's no third legendary, I just don't understand what would be the present version of them. I just think that there isn't. I think that we literally have Koraidon, and then I think that we just have Miraidon, which is just like a futuristic copy of it, and I think that's just the situation. I don't think there has to be a present day legendary. I think it is literally just that Koraidon might have died out. Maybe it did something and like saved, I don't know, maybe it like saved the region or something, and then something happens and they need to make another Koraidon, but it died out, so they created their own, which is Miraidon, which is a more futuristic version of it. It could literally just be something like that. There doesn't have to be a present day legendary, but either way, if there is one, I don't know, I don't really know what to think about it, because if it's not a legendary, I don't know what it could possibly be. But anyway, that's going to be everything for today's video. What are your thoughts on all of the latest rumors and riddles and leak breakdowns and stuff for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet? It's a bit weird going back to Riddler-Ku's riddles, just kind of like, after getting all of those leaks, it kind of puts into perspective like how little information we actually get from Riddler-Ku, because he never tells us what it is until the game comes out, so we never know if we're getting a riddle right or not. So yeah, I don't know. Either way, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, please do drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 500. Leave a comment with your thoughts on anything we covered in today's video. Subscribe if you're brand new. It's everything from me though. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and until next time, peace.